probably cancel out most of the noise except when you talk.
So, this I'm pointing to is the original shaft, which is bent and has caused the vibration problems that we're getting on the flail. I've just bought this, which is a new triangle section agricultural shaft, which matches this piece, which is a triangle section Series 1 agricultural shaft that came with the flail. So this is what Wessex use on the flail as standard. This is a direct replacement for that. When I got the flail, it only came with that one single piece. So this new one is a direct replacement for that we're going to be running at the full engine speed, even though that's way outside the ISO standard for agricultural shafts. Now, the universal joints, this is off the new shaft. That's a standard agricultural joint, Series 1. This is another standard agricultural joint, Series 1, which is off my stub that came with the flail. This is the joint that came on the original shaft, and you'll notice it's like a typical automotive joint with the spring clips, circlips on the inside, not on the outside. Typical agricultural one, circlip on the outside. So, just happens, thankfully, that the inside of this shaft is exactly the same dimensions as the agricultural version. So that means I can fit that, except that the width across here is slightly larger than the standard agricultural one. So on top of that, you'll notice variation in the agricultural units. So on this one, the two shafts are parallel right up to the centre face. But on this one, if I remove, this is the new one, if I remove the bearing off there, hopefully you'll be able to see that right in the root, where I'm indicating in here, it's actually got a taper on it. Now, why they're different I don't know, because I had understood that this was part of the standard, but they are. As a consequence, this bearing uses a different outside diameter, so and it has this inside clip. So I have to use a typical bearing from the automotive style, which is this one, to get the diameter and to get the clip. But the length of it is such that if I mount that onto the agricultural shaft, this one with the taper, it won't go in properly and you end up with this dimension being too great. However, if I mount that same bearing onto this one, also agricultural, it in fact goes on correctly and gives me the correct diameter across. So the game plan then is to use this cross to connect this new shaft with this old flange connection, because this flange connection goes onto my clutch on the mower, and that's what we're going to assemble as a single unit.